Hello students, welcome to S&M Coaching Center. Today we will be doing the chapter polynomials. Let us see the sum. They have given us the polynomial and the condition is 1/0 of this polynomial is the reciprocal of another. If such a case, we have to find the value of a. So let us first write down the polynomial given. The polynomial given is a square plus 9 into x square plus 13x plus 6a. And what is the condition of the 0 of this polynomial is the reciprocal of the other, which means alpha is equals to 1 by beta. 1/0 is the reciprocal of another. He is asking us to find a. Whenever the condition is given as 1/0 is reciprocal of another 0, we have to use the condition alpha beta is equals to c by a. So we will use the same relation alpha beta is equals to c by a. What does it mean? It means alpha beta is equals to, what is my c? C is the constant. Constant is 6a. 6a divided by, what is a? A is the coefficient of x square. So complete a square plus 9. So simplify this. Alpha, we know alpha is 1 by beta. So 1 by beta into, beta is beta only. There is no change for beta, is same as 6a by a square plus 9. So how will you simplify this? This will be equals to, beta will be cancelled. So the LHS will be 1 is equals to 6a by a square plus 9. Do the cross multiplication, you will get a square plus 9 is equals to 6a. Now, take the 6a to the LHS, you will get a square plus 9 minus 6a is equals to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, the terms have to be in order. First should be the a square, then the a term, then the constant. So, I will rearrange them in the proper order. Is equals to. Now this is a quadratic equation and we have to solve for a. How can we do that? Use the splitting of the middle term method. So we are basically looking at the factors for 9a square. What are the factors of 9a square? 9a square factors are 1 and 9, 3 and 3. Now see, as you know, the factors should satisfy two conditions. When you multiply them, you should get your 9a square back. When you add or subtract the factors, you should get the middle term back. Now, let us see which set of factors give us the satisfy the conditions. 1 into 9, when I multiply them, I'll get 9a square, no problem. But when I add or subtract, when I add, 1 plus 9 will be 10, or you subtract, it will be 8. I will not get my 6. So, these are not the proper set. Take the next set of factors, 3 and 3. 3 is 9. So, on multiplication, it is satisfying. If I add them, 3 and 3, what am I getting? I am getting 6. So, these are the correct set of factors. Now, the next question is, which sign we have to give for this factors? So, now you know the factors 3a and 3a. Now, let us do the next part, determining the sign of these factors. Now, what are we doing? We are adding to get the middle term. Whenever you are adding, children, what you have to do, whatever is the sign of the middle term, give the same sign to both the factors. What is the sign of the middle term in this? It is negative. So, give negative sign to both the factors. It will be useful. So, now how will you use these factors? Write the first term of the quadratic equation as it is. Then, instead of the middle term, replace the middle term with both the factors. Minus 6a is now written as minus 3a and minus 3a. And then write the last term as it is. You have to write the last term as it is. Simplify. Take common from the first two and the last two terms. What is common from the first two terms? A is common, so A minus 3 will become the first factor. What is common from the last two terms? It is starting, this 3A is starting with a negative sign, so I will take minus common, and also number wise 3 is common. So minus 3 is common for the last two terms. When I take minus 3 common, I will be left with A minus 3 as the factor for the last two terms. Now see, A minus 3 it is matching. So take that out, A minus 3 write it only once, and start a bracket and combine A and minus 3 and make it into a second factor. So basically what does it mean? It means that the value of A is 3. Value of A, whether you take this factor or this factor, we are getting the same answer, A as 3. So therefore A value is equals to 3. Therefore A is equals to 3. What is that they asked us? They asked us to find the value of A. So A is 3. So, children, let us continue with the second question. It says that they have given us a polynomial, and he is saying the condition is sum of its zeros is equal to half of its product. So, how to solve this? First, always write the polynomial given. It is x square minus k plus 6 into x plus 2 into 2k minus 1. This is the polynomial. Condition is sum of zeros is equals to half of their products. Therefore, given, what is given? Sum of zeros. So, zeros, as you know, we write it as alpha and beta. So, sum of zeros is equals to half the products. This is the product of the zero, half, so divided by 2. This is the condition. Now, what is that we know? We know that the sum of the zeros is equals to minus b by a. This is the relation between the zeros and the coefficients. So, make use of it. Alpha, beta, the product of the zeros is equals to c by a into c by a. Now, a will be cancelled. What are we left with? Minus b is equals to 1 by 2 into c. Now, substitute. Keep this minus sign as it is. What is b? B is the coefficient of x. Which is the coefficient of x? Minus of k plus 6. So, write it again, minus of k plus 6. So, minus b is equals to half of c. C is a constant. So, 2 times 2k minus 1. 2 is getting cancelled. So, how will you simplify? Minus into minus will be plus. So, plus of k plus 6 will be k plus 6 only is equals to 2k minus 1. So, get all the k terms to one side and the constants to other side. I will move k to the other side. So what will happen? 6 is equals to 2k minus 1 plus k. When it moves to the other side, it becomes minus. Then I will move in the next step, I will move minus 1 to the LHS. So it becomes a 6. Minus 1, when it moves to the other side, it becomes a plus 1 is equals to 2k minus k, which means 7 is equals to k. That implies what is the value of k? K is 7. Keep this in a box. We are done. Children, let us do the next question. What is the next sum? He is saying if one zero of f of x is negative of the other. And look at f of x. How is the polynomial? It is not a proper polynomial. We have an unknown k. So first thing we have to do is we have to find the value of k using the condition 1 0 is negative of the another. Once we find the value of k, we have to substitute the value of k in the next another polynomial and completely find the zeros of this polynomial. So there are two kinds of sums involved. One is we have to find the value of k and then finish from this equation we have to find the value of k, and then using that k we have to find the zeros of the other polynomial. So two questions are involved. Let us do it. F of x. So the first polynomial is 4x square minus 8kx plus 8x minus 9. If your children, if you see properly, see there are two x terms. So combine and write it together, plus 8 minus 8k into minus 9. So basically this is your f of x. What is the condition? 1, 0 is negative of the other. Therefore, alpha is equals to minus beta. So wherever you come across alpha, you have to replace it with minus beta. That is the meaning of it. Now, what is he saying? We have to find, first we have to find the k values. So let me see. If I have to use the product of the zeros, what is C? It's 9. What is A? It is 4. So product of the zeros will be C by A, but C and A do not have K. So I cannot use the product of these terms. What I have to use? I have to use is the sum of the zeros condition. So what is that I will use? We know that the sum of the zeros is equals to, what is the children? Yes, minus b by a. This is the relation between the zeros and the coefficients. Let us use that only. What is alpha? Alpha is nothing but minus beta, and beta should be written as beta only. So minus beta plus beta is equals to minus, this minus sign you write as it is. What is b? B is the coefficient of x term. So x term is 8 minus 8k. Divide it with a. A is the coefficient of x square term. So divide it with x square. So minus beta plus beta, they get cancelled. So what is that on LH side I get? I'll get a 0. 0 is equals to minus of, sorry children, the coefficient of x square is 4. So minus 8 minus into minus 8k, divide it with 4. Now when you do the cross multiplication, 4 and 0 will get multiplied. So basically we are left with 0 is equals to minus 8 plus 8k, which implies 8k is equals to 8. That implies k is equals to 8 by 8, which implies k equals to 1. So the value of k is given. What is given? Given, name it as some p of x. It doesn't matter. P of x is equals to kx square plus 3kx plus 2, which means k is 1. So it will be x square plus 3x plus 2. So what is the given equation now? P of x is x square plus 3x plus 2. What is the question? We have to find the zeros. Find the zeros means splitting of the middle term. What we have to do? Multiply the first and the last terms. We got 2x square. Find the factors of 2x square. 1x and, or simply x and 2x. These are the factors. So how should I write? When I add these, I am getting the middle term. Since you are adding the factors to get the middle term, whatever is the sign of the middle term, give the same sign to both of them. So, and rewrite the equation. Write the first term as it is. Instead of the middle term, replace it with the factors. You can write in any order. You may write x first or 2x first. Children, that doesn't matter. Plus 2x plus 2. You have to write the last term again. Only the middle term should be replaced with the factors. Then take common from first two and last two. X into, if I took x common, so I'll be left with x plus 1 from these two. What is common in the last two? Plus 2 is common. So I am left with x here. Complete 2, I have taken it common. So I'll put 1 in its place. So write x plus 1. See, x plus 1, x plus 1. We have same factors. So write it, take it only once and then make x plus 2 as a separate factor. Now once you get the factor, you equate it to 0. The moment you get the factor, equate it to 0. What does it mean? It means that x plus 1, the first factor will be equals to 1 and the second factor also will be equal to 0. which means x is equals to take plus 1 to that side, x is equals to minus 1 and x is equals to minus 2. Therefore, what are the zeros of the second polynomial? Zeros of p of x is equals to, so kx square plus 3kx plus 2. Otherwise, no need to write all these things. Therefore, you write required zeros. Yeah, that would solve many problems. Just write it as required zeros. Or what are the required zeros? Required zeros are minus 1 and minus 2. That's all.